Morning students, welcome back to the online class again. Now today we will discuss this thing, working with fields. Working with MS Access 2007 fields. Okay, now see, sometimes you can change the table design after creating a table. Means what? After creating a table, you can change the field data type, change the field name also. Everything you can do with the help of fields. Change of the field. Working with fields means what? You can working with the field which is already exist or newly created. Okay, now see, for example, this is a student table. This is a student table. Roll number, name, address, phone number. Okay, this is a student table. For example, for example, you want to add a new column. You want to add a new column here. Say marks. But this table is already created. This is already created in a database. But now you want to add one more column, that is marks. So you can do with the help of adding a new column. So means what? You can add a new field. So in the chapter, so in the page number 181, you can see working with fields. Now see, in the book, you can see sometimes you can need to change the table design after creating a table. In the dataset view, you can add a field, delete a field, rename a field, move a field, and change the data types of a field. This function can be carried out through the commands under the field step of the table tools step. Table tools step means what? This can be done with the help of table tools step. There is a option table tools. This is an option where you can change the field name, change the field data types, add a new field, delete a new column, delete a field. So all the things you can do with the help of these tools, tables tools options. Now the first is adding a new field. I've already said it. This is the existing table. Now you can add a new field. It is marks, and there is a steps. Now in the steps, you just read the steps and follow the steps, and after that you can create a new field in the existing table. So better you read the steps, adding a new field. So it is very important. Click the column header on the right of the which you want to add a field, and then require the data types. Click the require data types button and add the delete group of the field. Means what? The steps. You have to read the steps because these steps maybe come in the exams, because in exam maybe it comes there how to insert a new field in an existing document. How to insert a new field in an existing document. Write the steps. At a time you have to write the steps here. There are two steps in this new field. A new field, you just write, you just read this. Okay. Now move a field. Move a field means what? You can move a field from here to here, or you can move the name from here to here. It's called move a field. Means what? You can drag it to the left, to the right, or right to the left, or you can now see you can dragging the mouse button. For example, you want to move from right to left or left to right. Okay, means if you want to move marks from here to here, you just drag it and move to here. Or for example, you want name to the position from here to here, just you move the name from here to here with the help of your mouse pointer. Just let's select the field and drag it to the selected position or appropriate position. So this is called move a field. It is also important In examination, it may become that how to move a field from one position to another position. Write the steps. So you have to write the steps. You have to read the steps very carefully. So steps is very important. Now next thing is hide or unhide a column. You can hide a column, means you can hide any column. For example, I want to hide this phone number. I want to hide this phone number from the user. From the users, I want to hide this phone number. You can hide. You can hide this phone number from the user, but the other options all are available. Only phone number is not visible in the dataset view. You can done with the help of hide a field or hide a column in the field. Now you can see hide a column. Just click the column header. If you want to select more than one column, press Shift key. So Shift key is used to select more than one column. Select the home tab under the record group. Click the more button and then click the hide field. Now you cannot see the hidden field in the dataset view. Means what? When you apply these hide options, you cannot see in the dataset view. Okay. Sometimes it requires. For example, phone number is very sensitive. Phone number. For example, phone number is very sensitive. Email ID also. Then credit card information, debit card information, PAN card number, passport number. These are all very sensitive information. So that's why sometimes I need to hide these options, hide this field, okay, from the users. So you can hide the options or hide the field with the help of hide options. Or you can also unhide an option. You can also unhide a option. Unhide. You can also unhide a field. Just same things. You just go in, just unhide click the unhide options. So this is this way you can hide and unhide any field. Now next thing is very important. It is freeze or unfreeze a field. Now see. Next thing is very important, freeze or unfreeze. Next thing is freeze or unfreeze. Freeze means what? It's become cold, hard. It becomes hard because due to cold weather, or you can say fixed. It is fixed. Okay, means what? Sometimes, for example, like these things. For example, this is a student table. Student table. Roll number, name, address, marks and section. Now see, first I want to again say what is freeze. Freeze means you can freeze one or more of the columns of a data sheet so that they become the leftmost column and visible at all the times, no matter where you scroll. Means sometimes it requires, means like marks and section, it should be displayed every time. So that's why you want to freeze these two columns. Freeze these two columns. So you can freeze it and it is always visible and it is always visible in the leftmost column. In the book you can see when you scroll to the right in the table, when you scroll to the right in the table, means there is a scroll bar here. There is a scroll bar here. This is called scroll bar. This is called scroll bar. Scroll bar. When you scroll to the right side, this is left side, this is right side. Okay. Now you can see, when you scroll to the right side in the table, that has many fields, if the field is more than like 10 fields or 15 fields, so at the, in that situation, what happens? Viewing the leftmost field becomes difficult. When you scroll the right options, then the leftmost field will be not visible. When you scroll the right side, the leftmost column will be not visible, it is hide, because you go to the right side. At that time, what happened? You want 2 or 3 fields that is always very important. So that's why you want to freeze it, means you want to always visible these things in the leftmost columns. So that's why you can see here, field become difficult. You can freeze one or more column on a data sheet. You can freeze one or more columns on a data sheet, so that they remain visible all the times on the screen. Means what? When you scroll the mouse pointer the right side, so that's why in a situation what happens, the leftmost columns will not going to be visible. So that's why it is very difficult to see the leftmost column. So sometimes it requires one or more fields we need to visible all the time. So that's why we have to freeze it, so that it can always visible and always visible at the left side. Okay, always visible in the left side. If you go the right side, no problem, it will be always visible in the left side. It is called freeze. Unfreeze means the reverse things, means you cannot freeze it again if you unfreeze the columns, 2 or 3 more columns. If you freeze marginal sections but you don't require these things, again you unfreeze this option. So freeze means what? You can always visible. If you freeze 2 or more columns, it will be always visible in the left side, because it is very difficult when you go to the right side. The left side, leftmost column will not going to be visible. So that's why you have to do these things, do this 2 fields or 3 fields freeze. So let's always be fixed at the very leftmost options or leftmost positions. Okay, understand? This is called freeze. Next thing is change the field format. Change the field format. Change the field format. To change field format. Change the field format. You can change the field format. Means what? If there is a field here, for example, roll number. Okay. Now, in the book you can see, click the column header. Column header means what? This is called column header. Column header. Okay. Now in the column header, after clicking this, click the arrow next to the format box in the formatting group on the field tab. That the various field formats are explained in the next chapter. Okay. Select the required format. Means what? If you want to do these things, you can see in the book setting field format. Here there is a screenshot given here. You can see the number. It is a number. The field, it is a number. Roll number, it should be a number. You can change the number to anything. For example, you can see here. Okay, you can change the roll number to text. For example, select not roll number, say fees. Fees. You have to change the fees. Fees means what? It is a currency. Okay. Now the default is what? Default value is what? Dollar. Dollar sign. sorry, default value is what? Dollar. You can change from dollar to rupees or maybe pounds, anything you can change. So this is called field, change the field format. The field format, you can change the field. Text to number, number to text, or maybe hyperlink to OLE objects, anything you can change with the help of field format. This will be discussed in later options. Means in the later chapter you will get these things, field format, how to change the field format. But you just remember that field format means what? You can change the column header, the field options. If it is a text, you can change it to number, or maybe if it is a number, then you can change it to text. Or maybe say it is a currency, default value is dollar, you can change it to rupees, pounds, etc. Okay, that's it. Next thing is the default value. Adding a default value. Add a default value. Default main value means what? Default means what? It is already given. Default, by default, it will come in like these things. For example, say like city field, the field name, city. Sometimes what happens, some users not want to give the city name, or maybe sometimes what happen, they are not be giving to the field name. For example, the city name, okay, next thing is add a default value. Add a default value. Okay, now see. For example, this is a field. It is called say like fees. Fees is a field. It is a field. Okay. Default value means what? By default 10,000 rupees is minimum by default. It will become. If you are not entered a value by default, it will come 10,000. So minimum value is 10,000 will be coming definitely. Okay, by default it will come 10,000. In the book you can see, click the column header. Click the default value options in the field properties group or field tab. The expression builder box appears and there are default values say 100 or click OK. The default value is automatically filled in the field when you add a new record in the table. Means what? When you go to the field properties options, first we have to select this field option. First you select the field option, then go to the field properties. In the field properties there is the option default value. Okay, the default value you can give the default value here. Or here I will give the default value is 10,000. So the fees it automatically comes 10,000, minimum rupees 10,000. It automatically comes. So in this way you can give the default value in any field with the help of a default. Go to default value with the help of a field properties option and go to the default value options. It will come automatically. Okay, this is called add a default value. Now see. Next thing, to add a caption in a field. Add a caption to a field. Okay. Caption means what? Header or heading. Header. Okay. Caption means what? Header. Now see, in a book you can see here, for a user accessing your database, Field caption serves as a title of the field and it is displayed in the all views. Field names are given while defining the table. This specifies the purpose of the field. For example, the name of the button. The name of a button on a form may be button 1, but its caption is click here and say the button name is like this one. Okay. So there means what? Field format field caption means what? Title, heading, or you can say title. You can give a table heading or title. Heading or title with the help of caption options. Go to captions and you change these captions or go to the caption options and to the caption of the field. Here you can see there is a button given here. Button name should be to set the caption for a table column. Click the column header. Click the name and caption options and the properties group. Then after that, enter the field properties dialog box. Name the field name, its caption and the description, and then click OK. Means what? You want to give the heading of the table. For example, I am going to give a heading of the table. Say student information system. Student information system. This is the title of the table. So I can give a title of table. Okay, this is the title of the table of the. This is the title of the table. Okay, with the help of caption. So caption means what? Title of the table or heading of the table. Next thing is change the field properties. Again, to change the field properties. Change the field properties. To change and field properties. Change means you can change the field properties. First, you have to what happen? First, you have to select the column. Means the field. For example, this is the roll number. Okay, first you have to select it, then go to the field properties option. After that, you change anything. Okay, after that you can change anything. Okay, so example is not a roll number. This is a name. Name and the field option is and the data type is what? Data type is what? It should be a text. The maximum character how much? The maximum character is 255 characters you can enter. But if you want to change the 255 characters, I don't want to store 255 characters. A name cannot be stored 255 characters. So that's why you can change the 255 to, you can change it to say like 50. You can change the text. The range is 50. It is not now, not 250, right? It is now 50 only. You can change. You can change with the help of both the field properties option and change the text value. Okay, text value. So in this way you can change the field properties options. Okay. Now, next thing is restricting data input by a validation rule. Means what? You can restrict something. Means you can a validation rule. Means you can validate anything. You can validate many fields or one field. Means what? sometimes you want that to enter data in a database to a specific range only. Data restrictions can be imposed in certain fields and records using a validation rules. Means what? You want to restrict some things, you want to do some rules, you want to create some rules in a field. For example, this is a field, say this field is called marks field, okay, this is a marks field, okay. Now see, you want to create a record, you want to create a rules, validation rules, you want to create a validation rules. For example, the range of the marks should be between 0 to 100. So marks should be between 0 to 100. If the marks is -1, it is not acceptable. If the marks is greater than 100, let's say like 102, it is not accepted because the range should be between 0 to 100. So in this way, you can create some validation rules each field. Okay, for example, in marks fields, you can create this type of rules. Okay, now see in the books, you can see there are two types of validation rules. First one is field validation rules. You can use a validation rules to specify a criteria that all field value must be valid or must validate. For example, the total marks should be less than or equal to 500. So the total marks should be less than or equal to 500. Means what? There is another marks, another field, total marks, okay. Now in this field, the marks should be less than or equal to 500. Means the rule should be less than or equal to 500. This field should be less than or equal to 500. Means it should be range between 0 to 500. From 0 to 500, the range of the total marks field, it should be less than or equal to 500. This is called field validation rules. Next is record validation rules. You can use a validation rule to specify a criteria that all records must validate. For example, the marks should be less than or equal to 500. Same things, all records should be validated against the rules. It is called validation rules, or you can say it is a record validation rules. So in this way, in the below part, you can see the steps is given. Page number 183 and 184. 183 and 184, the steps is given. So the steps is also very important, and sometimes in examinations the steps are coming. For example, write the steps to validate a field, or write the steps to validate a field like the marks should be between 100. Okay, so in that time you have to write the steps. The steps is very important. You just read the steps very carefully. So in this way we can create the rules for any field, to validate any field. Okay, so these are the options available to field changing. These are the options available in making a field, working with a field. So I think you understand these topics. So if you are not understand these things, you just please comment me, or in the doubt clearing session you just clear your doubts. Okay, so today I think you understand these things, the working with fields, how to create a fields, how to add a new column, how to delete a fields, how to change the properties of any field, and also the validation rules. You can create validation rules each field. So these are the options available in working with a field. You can work with any fields. So I think you understand these things. So thank you everybody for watching this video. And lastly, I can say stay at home and be safe. Thank you everybody. Thank you.